Quanti modi ci sono per vedere il mondo? C'è chi lo guarda da lontano e chi lo attraversa a occhi nudi. C'è chi lo ascolta in una lingua ancora sconosciuta e lo avvicina intrecciando voci, silenzi e culture. C'è chi lo cerca dentro un'opera d'arte e chi lo immagina tra colori e forme che parlano senza parole. C'è chi lo indossa come una visione, chi lo fa sfilare in passerella come fosse un'idea nuova. C'è chi studia le mappe, ma poi sceglie di perdersi. C'è chi racconta il mondo con una storia e lo trasforma in esperienze, in luce, in cinema. C'è chi lo attraversa con la comunicazione e il marketing e chi lo affida alla pubblicità come cura, perché arrivi al cuore delle persone. C'è chi si affida a un algoritmo, ma non dimentica di restare umano. E poi ci siamo noi. Noi non ci limitiamo a studiare, ma teniamo lo sguardo in avanti come chi cerca qualcosa che ancora non c'è. Perché per vivere il mondo bisogna conoscerlo. E se il mondo fosse la tua università?
So, good afternoon, welcome. This is Anna Scutari. Together with me we have Alessandro Morea, a student of the master's degree in Hospitality and Tourism Management. I'm very pleased to be here, and before I start this presentation, I'd like to introduce our rector, who's going to give you her greetings and welcome to our wonderful university campus.
Benvenuti e benvenute all'Università Yulm, sono Valentina Garavaglia, sono la rettrice di questa splendida università dove insegno anche storia del teatro e dello spettacolo. Mi fa piacere accogliervi oggi durante il nostro Open Day perché indipendentemente da qualsiasi corso voi deciderete o non deciderete anche di seguire, è importante che conosciate la Yulm perché Yulm è un modo di scegliere come studiare durante gli anni dell'università. Yulm è certamente percorsi formativi tradizionali, corsi di studio, ma che si declinano in aula, si declinano attraverso laboratori, si declinano attraverso didattica residenziale sul territorio in stretta sinergia con istituzioni, con mondo del lavoro, delle professioni, con aziende, sempre sotto la guida dei nostri docenti e degli uffici che col personale tecnico amministrativo sono davvero vicini alla comunità di giovani che sceglie di trascorrere, credo, davvero gli anni più belli in nostra compagnia. E quindi buon viaggio alla Yulm.
Again, good afternoon, buon pomeriggio a tutti, anche in italiano. Il corso, come sapete, è un corso che si svolge interamente in inglese, per cui cercherò di... buongiorno, ben arrivati. Cercherò di fare tutta la presentazione in lingua inglese. Se ci fossero delle domande in italiano, naturalmente fatele tranquillamente, senza alcun problema. I switch therefore to English, and I try to make a brief translation of the video from our rector, who was saying basically Yulm is not only a university, it's a way of living your university. Because as you have seen, we are one of the few universities with a campus, with lots of services in the campus. We have plenty of activities, and the way we teach is somehow, I would say, having also a background in teaching in Europe and in other universities, somehow different from the standard way, right? So we tend to have more labs, more interaction, and a different way of learning. This is what our rector just wanted to say at the very beginning. So today we're going to see basically what the master's degree is, what's our expectations for you, what's our journeys, because you don't have just one journey in this master's degree, you have 3 possibilities. We'll see which possibilities you'll have, and we'll have a couple of people speaking and just saying their experience. So one of them is Alessandro here. He's finishing the journey. You will probably start the journey in a few months. I hope this direct connection between who's finishing and who's starting will be very high, will be very profitable. So let me just start by saying what's the context of our master's degree. So the master's degree is one of the two master's degrees in English of the Faculty of Tourism Management and of Tourism Arts and Fashion. So we have three different courses taught at master's level. Two of them are in English. One is Fashion, Communication and Luxury, just starting one a couple of years ago, and Hospitality and Tourism Management, the one we are here presenting. Why study tourism at Ulm University? There are plenty of reasons. We try to make it short and just tell you a couple of reasons why we are offering different possible paths to study tourism at Ulm. We have launched in 2003 the first bachelor's program in tourism within the system of 3 years bachelor's programs. So we were the first launching it. We were also the first university launching a master entirely conducted in English, which is still alive. So it's the MEET Master, Master International Tourism and Hospitality Management. So this master is a one-year master. It's different from the one we are presenting today here, because the one we are presenting today is a 2 years master, so it's giving you the so-called laurea magistrale, so the graduate level, right? And this was also a very unique offer, because when we launched it, and still today, it is the only master's program having 2 double degrees and having specifically a double degree with a hospitality school in the US, which is the University of Central Florida. Maybe you already know about it. This master's program gave us also the possibility to be ranked in international rankings. So these rankings are, maybe we could say they are only numbers, but they show the international presence and recognition of Ulm as a university all over the world. And particularly, we have been ranked in 2023 in the QS World University Ranking for hospitality and leisure. So we are really one of the few Italian universities in this ranking. Only Bocconi and Alma Mater Bologna rank above us, so we are the third one. And we have been improving our performance over time, and we are collaborating, of course, with plenty of other universities in this ranking, which not only stands for reputation, it also stands for quality in teaching, excellent relationships with businesses, and of course, possibilities to then have better placement and a better career in the future. We engage also with sustainability, which is a central topic for our master's program in a serious way, because we are also ranked in terms of sustainability for the SDGs. For those of you that are familiar with sustainability, Alessandro is familiar. He will tell you later on. So we are one of the most equal university in terms of gender balance. We offer courses also to reflect about career opportunities and difficulties depending on gender balance. We are one of those universities supporting international relationships with students from countries having difficulties in continuing their university program. So we are supporting students from abroad, and we are, of course, also very, very engaged with the topic of sustainable cities and communities. If you go around in Ulm, you will see turn off the lights. You will see a couple of hints to show you that we take it very seriously. I just wanted to say that because we really feel that we don't only teach sustainability in tourism, we also do it the whole day. But apart from that, what's the master's program about? So basically, we're starting to see exactly what it is, right? It is a master's program with a first year at Ulm. And this first year, you will learn the basics about tourism, about management, about business administration, communication, marketing, and we'll see the topics in a few seconds. The second year is a year in which you can choose. So it's up to you. You can choose the specialization track in sustainable destination management and communication, which means you become an expert of sustainable destination management and the communication of it. We'll see also in a second which are the main courses within this track. You can choose to have a specialization in digital technologies. We are today, I didn't say it before, but for those of you that are here, we are exactly within one of the most interesting and excellent projects of the Ulm University. You are sitting in the AI lab. So in a laboratory in which artificial intelligence is the core business, the core activity, and we are really at the frontiers, I would say, in dealing with this. Not only from the technical perspective, but more from the managerial perspective. So we are trying to understand how artificial intelligence has changed the way we work, right? For the students, how many of you use ChatGPT? You can raise your hand. I do also. Right? We all use that, but we don't always use that in a clever way. So this path, digital technologies and data for tourism and creative industries, enables you to critically reflect about these technologies and to understand how to use them in a clever way, in a critical way, in a way that makes them a tool for you and not you a source of data for them only. So it's a very interesting specialization track. It's done completely at Ulm for the moment. So if you choose this one, you stay in Ulm. Instead, if you choose sustainable destination management and communication, you can stay here. And we'll see later on the topics you can deal with. But you can also choose to go to Oulu University in Finland. Right, we have a double degree with the Finnish University of Oulu. You can stay 6 months here, 6 months there, and gain a double master's degree program. So the Finnish one and the Italian one. Last but not least, maybe the track that is most famous for this program, which is the one in Florida. The University of Central Florida. You can stay 1 year, so for your second year at the University of Central Florida in Orlando, we have at this moment 7 students there finishing their second year. And after that, after having finished your master's program, you gain a double degree and you can stay 1 year more with a visum for your work, for working in the United States. Of course, for all of you, there's an option to study abroad. We'll see later on where. And you have also to do an internship, right, which is mandatory before you finish your graduate program. These are more or less the topics you'll cover, depending on the specialization, the courses. These are the labels, the exact labels of the courses. So you'll see the first year is about marketing, HR, communication, business administration, geography, and culture and arts, basically. So very interdisciplinary, or multidisciplinary, we should say, very broad, giving you the basics, right? The second year, instead, has 3 common courses: digital marketing and technology, intercultural communication, and a few optional courses. We'll see in a few minutes which they are. And then you have the track in Florida with the 4 courses you see there. The track about sustainable destination management and communication with the 2 the two lectures, the two courses we have at Ulm, and the track for the digital transformation and data management with artificial intelligence and digital technologies for tourism, one of the two modules. And the second one is about revenue management, so more technical and about performance measuring in hospitality. This is the faculty. I like to give a picture of all of our professors, collaborators, professionals, because we have around 30 professors, and about 1/4 of them is coming from different universities. So I would say, if I was a student, I would say the wonderful thing is that if I stay in Milan, I can have professors from Florida, from Finland. Even if I don't travel, I can have them in my class. We have, for instance, Professor Jarkko Saarinen. Where is he? Let me see. This is Jarkko Saarinen, a professor from Finland. He's coming in and staying some weeks here and teaching here at Ulm. Then you have Professor Shapoval coming from UCF, Valeria Shapoval. She is a professor for marketing. We have some other more Italian ones. We have someone from Sant'Anna in Pisa. So we have very different backgrounds and very different professionals and professors from different universities. Of course, we also have the ones from Ulm. You'll see them in a second, right? So here you see the topics associated with the phases and the professors. You see there are modules, and as you can perceive, every time there is an international or external professor, we also always have a local one. Why? Because we need to keep the module together, we need to keep students informed. It's a challenge also, I have to admit, right? For those of you that are used to traditional teaching with professors from the university they are studying in, it's somehow a challenge. Maybe you can tell us more about this, right? Because international professors have their home university, they arrive and they stay maybe 1 month and they teach for that month. So you have to be ready for absorbing lots of things within a few hours. However, this is a great opportunity for you to get in touch with them. You wouldn't if they were not there. Second year, with the different specializations and core topics, common courses, right? We have also Professor Pietro Beritelli from the University of St. Gallen coming every year and teaching here physically. So it's a very, a very differentiated set of expertise and professionals. Here are the elective courses. Elective courses change every year, so you might have these ones when you come in. You might have additional ones. Some might be cancelled, some might change their title, right? So they're not so fixed. But it's just to give you an overview, right? An idea. And maybe just a few words and a few pictures to show you the path in Florida. This is the University of Central Florida, and it's a huge university, right? Maybe you've already searched for some more information. Here you have some basic key data about it. So more than 70,000 students, so it's a huge university, the second university in the US for the number of students. But the campus for hospitality school is a little bit far away from the big numbers. The hospitality school is ranked first in the US and second in the world for research impact. So it's really an excellent school. And it's also ranked first in the CEO World 2025. So it's really the best, I would say, university for hospitality and tourism in Florida and in the US, if not even in the world. Now, let me launch a short video because the 6 students that are there at this moment, they were so kind to register a short video to show you the campus, to show you their experience, and also to tell you what they have learned and what they have experienced during this stay in Florida. So please, thanks.
Hello, I'm everyone, my name is Carla. I'm an international student coming from Italy, part of the dual degree program between Ulm University and UCF Rosen College of Hospitality Management. And we're here to show you guys what this experience means to us.
Hi, I'm Maria, and for me, studying in Florida has been a chance to learn from a totally different academic environment. Classes here are very practical and it focuses more on the industry. And here, the professor really encouraged students for participation and teamwork. And it really helped me growing professionally and academically.
Hi, I'm Giulia, and for me, participating in the dual degree program has meant improving my English, meeting students from all over the world, and truly stepping out of my comfort zone. Living abroad in the United States has changed the way I see myself, my goals, and my future.
Hi everyone, my name is Alessia, and to me the dual degree means opening the doors for my career. Orlando is one of the hospitality capitals in the world, so you're constantly surrounded by major companies, events and job opportunities, and it's truly inspiring to study in such a dynamic environment.
I'm Michaela. For me, the time in Florida has been a unique mix of academic challenge and personal growth. If you're considering the dual degree, we really encourage you to apply. It's a demanding experience, but it gives you skills, confidence and global perspective that stays with you forever.
Thank you, and we hope to see you soon at Ulm or UCF. Bye!
So it's a really nice video. As you could see, it's a homemade video, so no professional was there. I just asked those girls to let us know how things were going, and they were so enthusiastic to produce this long video with their experience. So I thank them also for being so supportive. Of course, they're there, and we have 6 students at this point that are planning to go to Florida. So once you enroll, you can get in touch with them and have a talk and know how things are going, how things are planned, and so on. But besides that, we also have a person within our service support who's dealing only with a double degree with Florida. So she's going to give you help, information, and everything you need to know about it. Second option for the dual degree is the one to Oulu. Now, I don't have the students from Oulu, but they arrived just a couple of days ago here because it's a double exchange. So we receive students from Oulu and we send our students to Oulu. So it's a wonderful also intercultural experience. We have 2 of them in our classes in the next semester, and we will send also a couple of students from ours in the next year. This is a very recent agreement. So it's an agreement that started from the idea to have the expertise from Northern Europe about sustainability and sustainable development. As you know, northern countries in Europe are a little bit more, I would say, developed or advanced in terms of sustainability implementation, and that's why we decided to start this agreement. Here you can see a couple of topics you can have within your classes if you go to Oulu. It's really geographic focus, so a focus on geography, a little bit less on business administration, a little bit more on geography and regional development, I would say. The path in Milan, as I said before, is not a path in which you only stay here, because you stay here, but you have plenty of opportunities to move in any case. Your internship can be abroad, your thesis can be developed together with the internship. So you have plenty of opportunities to move even if you stay here. And as I said before, the international professors are coming anyway. Another thing I wanted to stress about the course is the fact that the group of people, so the students, the class profile is very international. This year we have 1/3 of the students coming from abroad. And I don't say abroad by saying Spain, Germany, Austria, right? So we have students from the Philippines, we have students from Iran, we have students from Kazakhstan, we have students from Kosovo, we have students from China. So we have plenty of students coming from very different backgrounds. And I can only tell you, I was giving this course about gender and diversity. Maybe you've seen it before. And I was having students in the class with so different cultural backgrounds that maybe the best added value of the course was the exchange among them, because each and every person had a so different background that just only by letting them exchange views, they were learning so much. So even the context in which you're studying here is so international that you will really have the chance to become more sensitive to different cultures, which is something that for tourism is really, really crucial and for your future. For this path in digital technologies and data, you also have the option to gain a certification, which is the so-called KIA certification for revenue management, basically. So it stands for your ability to deal with hospitality data and manage the analysis, the statistical analysis of hospitality data. These are the options you have for an exchange study abroad program, and these are the destinations we have at this point. Again, same as for the optional courses, this changes every year. So once you enroll, it might change slightly, we might introduce a new destination, we might change one or the other, right? While the dual degree programs remain stable, this might change over time. These are just a couple of examples. We have a good agreement with St. Paul in Barcelona, another hospitality school with a focus also on food, which is maybe something that is very interesting and relevant for Italians. We have agreements with universities in Riga, in Austria with Module University, who stands for great knowledge about data management. So different universities also for the different tracks you have. Now I launch another video welcoming you to Ulm and to the campus and to the options Ulm offers you here.
Ciao, sono Massimo e vi do il benvenuto nel nostro Ateneo, l'Università Ulm. Nella vita faccio il giornalista e lo speaker radiofonico, ma alcuni anni fa mi trovavo esattamente al vostro posto, impegnato a scegliere il mio percorso di studi. Alla fine ho scelto Ulm, un luogo sempre più connesso al mondo delle aziende, nel quale non troverete soltanto aule e professori, ma anche tante opportunità. Proprio come è successo a me, che adesso faccio il lavoro dei miei sogni. Il nostro campus comprende 7 edifici, un parco e 2 residence, il tutto all'interno di un quartiere dinamico in continua evoluzione, ben collegato alla città e all'Interland. Questi sono gli spazi dove vivrete la vostra carriera universitaria. Abbiamo più di 80 aule dove potete seguire le lezioni che si svolgono qui, fra questi banchi e non solo. Oltre alle aule tradizionali, in Ulm sono presenti diversi laboratori dedicati al mondo dei media, della comunicazione, dell'intelligenza artificiale, del turismo e ovviamente delle lingue. Qui ad esempio ci troviamo in uno dei laboratori di interpretazione simultanea, dove gli studenti possono imparare il mestiere utilizzando le stesse apparecchiature che troveranno in ambito professionale. Poi naturalmente abbiamo anche tantissimi laboratori, quelli di ripresa cine-televisiva, laboratori dedicati alla progettazione di applicazioni, allo sviluppo di musei virtuali, alla produzione di podcast e ovviamente le aule informatiche. Tutti luoghi pensati per mettervi alla prova e in connessione con il mondo del lavoro. Questa è la nostra linea del tempo, uno dei luoghi che compongono il nostro museo diffuso della comunicazione. E proprio da qui voglio mostrarvi cos'altro potrete sperimentare vivendo appieno il nostro campus. avrete capito, Yulm è anzitutto una comunità coesa fatta da studenti e docenti che creano connessioni dentro e fuori l'Ateneo, formando una rete di alunni che unisce diversi saperi e diverse menti per creare opportunità, fare impresa, entrare con il piede giusto nel campo professionale. Non è facile descrivervi in pochi minuti cosa significhi essere stato uno studente Yulm, ma dato che siete qui con noi avrete sicuramente modo di scoprirlo. Benvenuti nella nostra università, benvenuti in Yulm.
And now a question. How many of you are coming from the bachelor's degree in Ulm? Apart from you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The others, where are you coming from? I see a couple of you. Which are the universities you're coming from? Bologna, okay. Bologna? Milano? Milano which? Okay. And you? Ulm. Okay, Ulm. Oh, plenty of people from Ulm. 1/3, maybe one good information. 1/3 of our enrolled students for the last year is coming also from Ulm. So you'll maybe find also some of your classmates. Let me just spend some words to just give exemplary or examples of how we manage our courses, right? It's a matter of teaching. Of course, we teach, we tell a story, we have slides, we have books, we have a lot of materials, we have papers, but we are also very active in involving real-life examples. So these are just two of them. One that took place last year together with our professor Paolo Grigolli, who was working in collaboration with this Just Good tourism agency. They were working with our students to design a strategic plan for the destination Malcesine, using a specific method that is the St. Gallen method for destination management and development. Maybe you've heard about that. So students were going to Malcesine, they were talking to stakeholders, they were designing policies, they were producing a presentation, and they were presenting actually in front of the major and in front of the local stakeholders. And it was a real life experience. They enjoyed a lot. Of course, it's then evaluated, it gives you points, but I mean, it's not a matter of receiving 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 points on top of your exam performance. It's a matter of understanding how things are going in real life and have a feeling for real life tourism planning. This was the course about sustainable destination management, right? I mentioned before. And a second example, which I like a lot, and it's a collaboration that stands for a really good experience that has been lasting for several years now, is with the Accor Academy. And the Accor Academy is supporting us and is developing with us some specific group works, but let me just introduce the video and explain it from using the voice of Monica Marzari, who's the responsible person for this workshop.
Buongiorno, sono Monica Marzari e coordino le accademie del gruppo Accor nel Mediterraneo. Da molteplici anni Accor collabora con l'Università Yulm nella creazione di progetti, stage e job lab che parlano non solo agli studenti, ma anche ai loro sogni e alle loro ambizioni. Vogliamo rendere l'apprendimento un'avventura e il mondo del lavoro un luogo più accessibile e stimolante. Come? Con questo Job Lab i ragazzi, partendo dai contenuti di Artist, il DNA di Accor, preparano un video che racconta cosa significa essere un vero artist. Non si tratta di registrare un semplice video, ma si crea un bellissimo mosaico di storie ed esperienze. Per mostrare il senso dell'ospitalità e dell'accoglienza, i ragazzi definiscono obiettivi e scelgono le scene giuste e capiscono che dietro ogni interazione, che sia con un cliente o con un collega, c'è una storia da raccontare. Questo è un modo divertente ed efficace per apprendere il valore del teamwork e dell'intelligenza emotiva. Non è solo teoria. I ragazzi imparano a potenziare, a sviluppare i loro punti forti e a sviluppare soft skills preziose come l'empatia e la comunicazione, che saranno fondamentali nel loro futuro professionale. Questo progetto prepara concretamente ad affrontare il mondo del lavoro, rendendo il tutto un'esperienza indimenticabile. Insomma, il Job Lab è un'avventura che incrocia creatività e apprendimento pratico e sono sicura che questi ragazzi porteranno con sé il ricordo di un bellissimo video, di un'esperienza e di competenze pronte per affrontare il futuro. Grazie per il vostro ascolto e spero di poter collaborare presto con tutti voi.
Thank you also, Monica Marzari, for sharing this experience and this short and brief presentation of the Job Lab. As you can see, we don't only have the ambition to give you technical knowledge about hospitality management, revenue management, and accounting, and all these very technical skills you need to have to work in hospitality. The ambition is also to give you a playground to test your soft skills and to develop your soft skills. There's lots of group works within this program, and I don't know, do you like group works? How much? From 1 to 5. How many of you like 5? 5 is the maximum. You, 3, okay. Group works are challenging, right? Either you lead, or you follow, or you struggle with deadlines. This is the way we work. This is the way you will also work once you get out there, right? That's why I personally hated group works when I was a student. It was very tough for me to work with plenty of people. If they were big groups, I was struggling a lot. But then, when I started working, I realized, oh, this was an excellent playground for me to learn how to deal with complex interactions with teams, right? So this is why we consciously develop several group projects along the way. And we have also additional experiences. One of those is this one that we are very proud to present to you. This experience at the Maldives was conceived by the University of Bicocca, so it's not originally a project of ours, but we were invited to join this project, and we are very proud to be part of the team and to have students from Ulm visiting the Maldives every year. Why the Maldives? Alessandro will tell us, because he's also dealing with an example from the Maldives in his thesis. They are an excellent example of how to deal with sustainable development in a very fragile ecosystem. Maybe those of you that are from Ulm know this project work, and we have a differentiated path for master's students and bachelor students anyway. You go there and you learn while seeing what's happening in the Maldives. So it's another way of learning, right? Learning in the field. Besides that, we are very proud to share our experience with different companies that collaborate with us, not only in terms of teaching, but also in terms of internships. And we have very different sectors supporting and searching for positions from students coming from our university. As you can see, not only hospitality, which is the most important sector, of course, but also tour operators, food, fashion and design, online travel agencies and digital marketing, and also the event management sector, besides transport. We have, on top of the teaching and campus experience we have already talked about, we are very proud to have excellent services supporting you when trying to start your career and to apply for a job, for an internship. And we have different services from our administrative offices. You can see 3 of them here. On the one hand, stage and internship support, right? So the opportunities you have to find an internship, to prepare for the internship, to register the internship, to get it approved and do the things you need to do, which is, I would say, the basic service every university gives you with basically because it's necessary, right? What we also do is support you when it comes to preparing your CV for the application, writing your CV, improving your motivation letter, your cover letter. We support you with the mock interviews. So if you have to do a job interview and you feel you're not prepared, you can have a session and improve this aspect. And there's also plenty of events with companies happening here at Ulm. So career fairs, tours, so our students go on tour and visit hotels, different companies, and this is organized by our stage and internship service. Our students, maybe before I switch to a couple of data about internships and job placement, I would leave the floor to Alessandro, and I let him just present himself and also tell us what his experience was, because I'm just talking and talking, but maybe from a student it's a different perspective. Thank you.
So good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I want to say thank you to the Professor Scuttari and to Yul to give me the opportunity to be here. I'm a student that I'm not new at Ulm because I did both the bachelor and also this master degree. And when I finished the bachelor, I decided to apply for this course because, as you probably know, you're not completely aware about what you want to do in your life when you finish your bachelor. So I want to study in a deeper way my sector, which is hospitality and tourism. And this master degree was very helpful for me. I did my first year of master degree here in Ulm, and my second year I decided to choose the specialization in digital technologies and datas. From the beginning, I saw the difference between the bachelor and the master degree regarding, as the website of Ulm said, is very practical. More than 70% of our lessons are practical, and I would say even more. Because we did a lot of group projects regarding everything. We did group projects regarding sustainability, events, revenue management planning, data analysis, and it was very helpful for me to understand what I like regarding this field, hospitality and tourism, and of course what I don't like. In the second year, I mean, at the beginning, I applied also at this master to study at the UCF, but then I decided to, for some personal reason, to stay here, but I had the opportunity to go to the Module University in Vienna. I left exactly 1 year ago in February, and I did my last 6 months of master degree at the Module University, which was very similar. The way that I attend the lessons and all the project that I did was very similar to Ulm University because it was also very practical. Module University is leading hospitality university in Austria. And we had the opportunity to visit different places in Austria and also to do different group projects there to develop our skills that were also here in Ulm, were not just face-to-face lesson, theoretical, but very practical, which I liked a lot. As the professor said, my class was very heterogeneous. We had different I had different classmates from different parts of the world, from Philippines to Indonesia, Canada, Montenegro, and Russia, but even more. And was a very good way to be in contact with people from different parts of the world and to discover their background and their experience. And this master degree was it had, and I think it has also now a very holistic view of tourism, because we didn't specialize only in one category or one field of this wide environment, which is tourism and hospitality. It was, we touched different topics, from events to financial to data analysis, and it helped me to discover my passion, which I'm following right now, both in my internship and also my thesis, which are the events and the luxury hospitality. When I came back from Vienna, I need to do the internship in Milan, with Ulm, and I applied through Alma Laura to different internship, also abroad, but also here in Milan. And Alma Laura helped me to get in touch with different companies, to Jumeirah in Dubai, for example, or to Four Seasons Milano, where I'm working right now in the event department. So it was a very useful way to get in, to get in contact with these companies. What I'm doing right now, I'm connecting my two passions, which are the events and the luxury hospitality. And I applied in August for the first 6 months. I'm finishing right now, and they offer me other 6 months. So it's a very good experience for me to put the basis of my future. Also, I'm about to finish, I hope in 1 month, my university journey. I'm writing with Professor Scuttari my thesis, that is finished almost, regarding how luxury hospitality is impacting the emerging destination around the world from 3 different dimensions that are the sustainable one, so economic dimension, environmental one, and social one. I'm comparing 5 different case studies, which are the Maldives, Montenegro, Rwanda, Kenya, and Barbuda, trying to understand how luxury tourism could be very helpful for these fragile destinations, which are not fully developed, and where and in which condition could be very dangerous for them. They already have some fragile environment, and this luxury tourism could be even worse for them, for a social point of view, but also for environmental disease and inequalities. So I would say that this master degree helped me a lot to understand what I like, and put the basis on my future, and I understood what I want to do. So I hope it will be the same for you, and I think it's a good choice for you to continue this journey at Ulm, or to start the journey in Ulm with this master degree. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord Alessandro. It was really wonderful to listen about your experience, also your experience abroad. Let me just ask you one thing before we go on and we finish this presentation. How, if you had to choose an adjective, how would you describe this master's course? So just one, the first that comes up to your mind.
As I said, probably the first objective is the holistic point of view that we had, because we literally touch everything that you could be linked to tourism and hospitality, because we studied from the revenue management to the forecast, to financial part, sustainability, gender equality, and literally this helped me from my point of view, but I guess also for my friends and classmates that attend the courses with me. It was very helpful to understand which part of tourism is my passion, and yes, so I would say holistic or very complete course that we had.
Thanks a lot. Yes, your thesis is really interesting because of this reflection, right? I think so. As you mentioned, comparing different case studies, looking into different models to develop tourism, and at the end of the day, understanding that we were discussing it a few minutes ago. It's a matter of power, right? We are in a moment where power takes a very important role, also from a geopolitical perspective, but tourism is part of this game, particularly when it comes to developing or emerging countries, which very often are untouched in our courses, because we think of developing, you know, Lombardy, Milan, cities, but at the end of the day, in this master's program, we have a global class of students, and students come in with the experiences from their countries, and our students also start thinking of emerging countries and realizing that tourism is so much more than just creating a hotel and hosting people, right? So I like a lot to have your experience and your example of the thesis, because it shows really that we go far beyond, we go deep into hospitality, but we go far beyond just understanding how the business works, which is crucial, but not the only important thing. Okay, so in a few minutes we'll run out of time, so I need to be quick right now. It's just an overview right now about our internships. We've activated internships with 126 Italian companies. So we have an agreement with those companies, and we have 168 internships already activated. You have to know that the time period we are referring to is, as you can see, 2018-2024, so it's just the few years we see there. We have 51 companies abroad with an agreement. So basically, this is active. These are active in accepting our students. And indeed, we have 67 internships of our students that have taken place abroad. We have 249 students that took the opportunity to be supported by our career service to develop their curriculum, to improve their skills for their career. And we have 56 companies that have been supported by Ulm in the recruitment, because we also have this recruitment events. 6 career fairs in the last few years, 17 company presentations, 14 company visits, and different presentation and recruiting events. So what kind of job? So basically this is probably the most important question, right? What can you do after having this degree? And probably this is, I see also a lot of parents, maybe this is the real question for the parents. Yes, you study, but then what are you doing? Right? So these are a couple of possible possibilities, possible job profiles you can aim to achieve, right? Destination manager, working in a DMO, manager of regional marketing projects, manager of tourism divisions. As you can see, we of course have a graduate program, and we see you as the future managers, right? Maybe it's not in the first year after graduation, but maybe in 5 years it will be the case. And this will be the case also because you will have the opportunity to go abroad, right, with these programs. So personally, I was choosing an academic career, and my fortune, my luck was to choose to go abroad and to get back to Italy. So if you go abroad, you can stay abroad or you can get back. But the thing is that if you travel, if you go somewhere else, you will learn lots of things, and maybe your career progress will be also quicker. So this is a great opportunity for you to use. We have also some possible job profiles within food and fashion, and all the industries that are not exactly hospitality, but they are very close to hospitality. Also in transport, online travel agencies, But now, what do we see in our students? So these are a couple of students I have followed on LinkedIn just after their graduation, and you can see them having different positions, right? So not only we hope that you achieve those positions, but we can track students and see that they really achieve these positions, and particularly in the hospitality sectors. So guest relations manager, distribution and partnership coordinator, digital content specialist. So as you can see, there's a couple of students also focusing on digital marketing, duty manager, food and beverage coordinator, development manager. Last open day we had Yernar. Instead of Alessandro, Yernar was explaining his experience and how he jumped from the master's programs to Hilton with plenty of other international experiences in between. What we can also observe by tracking our students after graduation is that sometimes they also find other placement opportunities, right? These are industries that are not exactly related to tourism, not perfectly related to tourism. But what are they doing in these companies? Very often they are doing event management, right? Because they know a lot about event and they know a lot about incoming, so they organize events. Or they become data analysts, or sometimes they stay in the field of marketing. This is what we see from reality, from real life. Now, before I close this presentation, perfectly in time, I hope, we have a very last video, and then I have to, oh, is it before? Before. So I have to introduce a colleague from Ali Ulm, Jacopo Garrone, who's going to give a short talk. And then we leave the floor for questions. We probably need to close the online streaming, but the floor is yours, Jacopo.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jacopo Garrone, and I'm here on behalf of Ulm Alumni, which is another opportunity that Ulm gives to its graduates, because we represent professionals from every kind of industries, experience, job profiles, as the professor said already, who graduated from Ulm. Concretely, what we do is organizing every year, during every annual year, different kind of activities, from networking opportunities, networking events, mentoring, coaching, learning opportunities. But basically, what stands behind all of these activities is support every professionals from every kind of experiences and objectives to enter in the professional world in a more effective way, sometimes also supported by some colleagues or former students. We also try to foster relationships and discussions between very experienced professionals and young students. So, I mean, I think it's another great chance that Ulm gives to its people to enter in a very effective way in the world sector, professional sector. You can find us online, so you can follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, or a website, or whatever social media you can imagine, and see there which kind of activities we organize every year and every month, almost. Otherwise, you can even connect with me. I'm Jacopo Garrone, so you can find me on LinkedIn and ask whatever questions you want, especially because I represent in the director committee the young professionals. So, thank you.
Thanks a lot. So once you come in and you stay in Ulm and you remain for a longer time than your study period. Now, I thank a lot all the students from the online streaming, and I say goodbye. Feel free to contact me. My name is again Anna Scuttari. I'm the coordinator of the program. You can drop me emails. You can ask whatever kind of questions you might have. So feel free to contact me, and thank you for your attention.
Ciao, sono Natalia.
E io sono Matteo.
E oggi siamo qui per presentarvi alcuni dei servizi offerti dall'Università Ulm.
Esatto, perché Ulm è un ateneo che non solo vi offre grandi opportunità di studio, ma anche una serie di servizi che vi accompagneranno nel vostro percorso. Venite con noi.
Siamo nell'ufficio orientamento, tutorato e counseling ed è qui che noi studenti possiamo interfacciarci con l'università per ottenere un supporto al nostro percorso di studi. Con Yulm noi studenti non siamo mai soli. Se abbiamo dei dubbi sul metodo di studio, se desideriamo qualche consiglio sulla stesura della tesi o abbiamo bisogno di un supporto per il nostro benessere emotivo, questo spazio offre percorsi di assistenza sia con professionisti e psicologi che con peer tutor, studenti senior come me e Matteo che vi aiuteranno ad entrare con il piede giusto nel mondo dell'università. Sempre in questo spazio troviamo l'ufficio Diversamente, che promuove accoglienza e inclusione per studenti neurodivergenti con disabilità e esigenze particolari, attraverso servizi di supporto personalizzati.
In Yulm diamo grande importanza alla mobilità internazionale, ossia tutti quei programmi che ci consentono di trascorrere un periodo di studi all'estero. Il nostro Ateneo offre numerose opportunità, dai più noti programmi internazionali come l'Erasmus e l'Exchange, fino ai corsi di laurea double degree, che permettono di ottenere 2 titoli di studio, ossia una laurea italiana e una laurea ottenuta nel paese dove ha sede l'università partner. Per tutte queste possibilità è sufficiente rivolgersi all'ufficio Study Abroad.
E dopo la laurea, in Yulm veniamo seguiti dal Career Service, che si occupa di metterci in contatto con il mondo del lavoro, offrendo stage e tirocini in Italia e all'estero, ma anche fornendo un servizio di supporto all'inserimento professionale, aiutandoci a redigere il curriculum, organizzando career day e incontri con le aziende, preparandoci ai colloqui e valutando il nostro percorso di studi, per aiutarci a compiere la scelta giusta.
In ogni caso, sia che deciderete di trascorrere del tempo all'estero che di completare il vostro percorso universitario interamente in Yulm, il nostro Ateneo ha tanto altro da offrirvi. Qui ci troviamo in un luogo che solitamente non vedete, siamo negli archivi della nostra biblioteca. Abbiamo a disposizione un patrimonio di oltre 300.000 elementi, tra libri, film, giornali e registrazioni audio, ma questi spazi sono praticamente invisibili a noi studenti, perché la nostra biblioteca dispone di un sistema di prestito e riconsegna all'avanguardia, nonché di un sistema di prestiti digitali che ci permette di consultare testi online e di vedere film in streaming.
E infine non possiamo non mostrarvi alcuni dei servizi dedicati a migliorare la nostra qualità della vita qui in Yulm. Il nostro campus dispone di 4 diversi punti di ristoro, di spazi di aggregazione dedicati allo studio di gruppo e di luoghi dedicati al benessere dello studente, come ad esempio Yulm Fitness Center, la nostra palestra, o luoghi di inclusione come l'hub di Yulm Sport e la nostra nursery.
E per chi viene da fuori città, Yulm ha a disposizione 2 residence riservati agli studenti, il Residence Santander situato all'interno del nostro parco e quello in cui mi trovo adesso, il Residence Moncucco, che è ubicato a pochi passi dal campus e che occupa gli spazi di una tradizionale cascina milanese del 1600 che la nostra università ha completamente restaurato.
Questi sono solo alcuni dei servizi che Yulm offre ai studenti.
Esatto, perché le opportunità che troverete nel nostro campus sono davvero tante, dai laboratori linguistici del nostro International Language Center ai servizi di diritto allo studio e pari opportunità, che potete approfondire nella sezione Vivere Yulm del nostro sito web.
Allora, che altro dire? Vi aspettiamo in Yulm!